So we know that lots of people are irresponsible. There are lots of ignorant people. There's lots of people who don't really care about how their actions affect others. There are people who just get in over their heads in different ways. We know all that, which is why sometimes we need government officials to step in. I mentioned earlier in the show, in the wake of this entire pandemic, the libertarians are being pretty damn quiet, and most people by and large understand that the government does have a pretty significant role to play here. And one of the places where the government has a role to play, and quickly, and we're depending on a Republican governor to play that role, is the beaches of Florida. Much of the country, especially blue states, are taking social distancing seriously. Florida beaches have mostly stayed open, and some have closed early, but tons of spring breakers have just been continuing to party and likely asymptomatically spread the disease. Check out this video of students who were interviewed and who not only don't care about the virus, they are annoyed that the virus is affecting their partying and putting a damper on their buzz, so to speak. This video is from CBS. You'll also, this is kind of, I don't know if this is related, but a lot of these people who are being interviewed by CBS, their faces are chafed. They seem to be covered in bruises and sunburns, and their faces seem swollen in some cases. I don't know why. I don't know if it's they don't understand sunscreen or what's going on. Not sure if there's some connection between their irresponsible behavior and the fact that they seem very, very beaten up. But let's take a look at the video and the interviews.
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying. You know, I've been waiting. We've been waiting for Miami spring break for a while. About 2 months we've had this trip planned. 2-3 months. So we're just out here having a good time. Whatever happens, happens.
Like, it's really messing up with my spring break. What is there to do here other than go to the bars or the beach, and they're closing all of it? It's really messing up. I think they're blowing it way out of proportion. I think it's doing way too much.
Doing us bad. We need a refund. This virus ain't that serious. It's serious. It's more serious things out there like hunger and poverty, and we need to address that.
Yeah, I mean, we planned this a long time ago, and it was kind of up in the air if we still go, but like we're here. I just turned 21 this year, so I'm here to party, so it's kind of disappointing, but we're just making the most of it. We met these other people in our little Airbnb spot, so we're just hanging out with them and trying to get drunk before everything closes.
I mean, it sucks, but we're going to make the best of it. We're enjoying ourselves. It sucks, and I'm from New Orleans, so this really sucks. However, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We having day parties all day. It's my birthday, St. Patrick's Day. Turn up.
We're just trying to roll with we're just living for the moment. We're just going to do what happens when it happens. When stuff closes, we're going to do it when it closes. But besides that, we're just trying to have the best trip we can.
This is one of the most morally depraved elements of all of this, because it's very easy for us to say, you know what? They want to be out there spreading and potentially getting the virus. Let them die if they want to be this stupid. But that's not how the virus works. Statistically, they will actually be fine. Although we are seeing, particularly because of medical systems, the healthcare systems being overwhelmed, that some people are not, even young people are not doing well. But they are going to infect people who are not going to be fine. And this is why we need Florida's Republican governor. Not a great guy, not a great governor, not someone we really have been able to count on to do the right thing. Ron DeSantis, he's got to shut down the beaches. And his initial order on bars was very weak. I think now he finally does seem to be shutting down bars in Miami and Miami Beach. So this is the problem with the initial spread of disinformation. Trump and Fox News over the last 3-4 days have changed their tune. They're taking the virus seriously. But the problem is that once the disinformation starts to spread, calling it a hoax, calling it no big deal, saying we're not going to have cases, it's like a flu, whatever. Once they get that out, it's very hard to then change people's minds and get them to act and realize that those initial proclamations were very, very wrong. Some of them won't even hear that Trump and Fox News have now changed their tune and are acknowledging this is serious because they're down there partying on the beach and going to bars. I was scheduled to go to Miami Beach in 6 days. Obviously, I'm not going. But if I did decide to go and I decided to push through and just go there, I would feel like a terrible person. My moral framework would not let me feel okay knowing that even if I was statistically likely to be fine, that I was putting people at risk by being there. I wouldn't be able to enjoy myself. Apparently, that does not affect these people in the same way. And that doesn't really inspire confidence in our ability to fight this thing properly. The problem here is that we're depending on everybody to do their part, and it impacts everybody, not just them. That's the unfortunate reality. So we need them to take it seriously. Of course, the Trump administration response has been atrocious. Of course, we're woefully unprepared as a country and as a planet for this. But on top of it, we have people like these kids who are making the problem worse. There's a long incubation period for this disease during which you you have it, but you're not showing symptoms. There's a high contagion rate. All of these kids could infect people for the next 7 days, and in a week find out that they themselves are sick. And then the people they infected before they were symptomatic would have another few days before they realize they had it. And they're walking around spreading it as well. And before you know it, this is how it spreads. And this is how you get an R naught value that is somewhere between, it looks like between 1.5 and 4.5, probably in reality between something like 1.8 and 3 with coronavirus. So I wish we could just say, screw them. They are only endangering themselves. Let them do whatever they want. That's not the case. And that's why we all have to be responsible at this point. Check this out. The first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a premium membership to Skillshare for 2 months completely free. Skillshare is the online learning community with thousands of classes on almost anything you can imagine, always taught by experts. They have classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, running a small business, and much more. I recently took a very interesting class called Simple Productivity, How to Accomplish More with Less, and got a bunch of great personal productivity tips out of it. We should allow ourselves a little time every week to either get creative, keep your brain sharp, learn something new. It's great for mental health, and almost all the classes are under an hour. So it's very easy for someone who's busy to take advantage of it. With Skillshare, you can discover a new passion, explore something you didn't know you would enjoy, but there's also plenty of classes for people with experience, so you can just get better at something you're already good at. And again, the first 500 people who see this video and go to davidpakman.com/skill will get a completely free premium membership for 2 whole months, giving you access to every class Skillshare offers. Check it out. I put the link right underneath this video.